microphony.
And a phony at the mic.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
The Doctor of Discernment is now online.
You know, much like my show, in that it's a local reaction to things that are happening on a federal level.
Dispensing a daily dose of common sense. No prescription required.
Wow, do I have a boatload of stuff for you, from the crazy to the absurd. Let's start getting into it because, I mean, it is bizarro world out there. And I say, if it's obvious to me, it should be obvious to everybody. Oh, wow. Who could have seen this coming?
This is the Fourth Hour with Greg Belfrage.
Hold on to your butts.
Broadcasting from the basement bunker beneath KELO Radio. Welcome to the Fourth Hour of the Greg Belfrage Show. It is great to have you along. You gotta wear I gotta wear the Trump hat. Yeah, I gotta wear the Trump hat today. Because this is just absolutely incredible. Fox News is reporting Trey Yingst is over and covering what's going on in Iran, and apparently the new satellite images are showing the devastation. Israeli forces struck an Iranian Supreme Council gathering today. They were meeting. What happened there? Suddenly it popped up with a new story popped up right in front of me. Sorry about that. So Israel forces struck an Iranian Supreme Council gathering. They were getting together to choose a successor to Ayatollah Khamenei. So they were getting together to choose a successor, and Israel hits them. Wow. So Trey Yingst reported this live on Fox News this morning. He said they just targeted the meeting in Tehran, where what's left of the leadership was gathering to choose a new supreme leader. So maybe now we're understanding what the president was saying, as I shared with you this morning, his comments about, oh, yeah, we haven't even really started yet. We haven't even really begun. So hit them today as they were gathering to choose a new leader. Wow. Also, I'm trying to see what else. Just now, Fox News says new satellite images show fires, naval base damage across Iran after the U.S.-Israeli strikes. Satellite images showing burning ships, damaged facilities at a base in southern Iran, significant destruction at Iran's naval headquarters on the Persian Gulf. Other imagery shows that western Iran was hit, along with damage to other key military and strategic sites targeted in the campaign. Yeah, this isn't just, this was very coordinated attack that we are seeing. President Trump on True Social a couple of hours ago. President Trump said their air defense, Air Force, Navy, and leadership is gone. They want to talk. I said, too late. Yeah. I shouldn't be laughing, and I'm not laughing at the destruction, but it's Trump and the way he's reacting to this. He's so unlike, I think, other leaders that we have seen. New York Post has a story. Iranians are doing the Trump dance to thank him for taking out the Ayatollah. So scores of Iranians across the world have been busting President Trump's signature dance moves in viral social media videos. Footage of Iranians putting on the so-called Trump dance has been exploding online in the wake of the strikes on Saturday. And there are a lot of, New York Post has got a number of stories, or a number of photos, I should say. The clips capture people dancing, singing along to YMCA as they mimic the president's arm movements. One video of a young woman wearing a crop top, miniskirt, and cowboy boots has racked up millions of views on X. Other videos captured dozens of people dancing alongside each other in squares and outside buildings. X really is, if you want to, here's my tip to you. You really want to follow news and you really want to follow events. I mean, and keep a close eye on them. X is the place to go. I really believe that what we are seeing on X, have you seen also their viewership, the number of users on X has exploded. It is like anything you've ever seen before in terms of the number of people then who have accounts on X. People are increasingly going to X. And by the way, have you checked the legacy media's numbers? Down, 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 fewer and fewer people watching, fewer. Just absolutely incredible. X is the place to go. New York Post has a couple of stories. Their top 2 trending stories right now at the New York Post are about pilots and these F-15 pilots that were mistakenly downed the other day. And so in one story, dramatic video appears to show downed F-15 pilot being threatened by a pipe-wielding Kuwaiti. And they've got the video there. You see it trying to hold the guy off, and one has got a phone out, the other's got a metal pipe coming after him. So you may have seen the footage on local media, shows a handful of locals screaming threats at the pilot, still attached to the parachute after his plane was one of those that was accidentally shot down by a friendly fire. So the pilot's yelling at them, back up, stop. He's yelling. The person with a pipe coming toward him. Pilot then repeatedly yells at the group that he's an American, gets down on his knees to show he is not a threat. The group seems to realize he's not Iranian, and they lower the pipe. So once they realize he's not, they thought he was an Iranian. Also, another video showing Kuwaitis thanking. There was another pilot video who was out there, and I mentioned this on the air this morning. Her plane was down. Now think about this: you're flying a plane, you're hit, you have to bail out, you parachute out, you down, land safely. And the New York Post has had this story about this young woman, female pilot, and she's all smiles, and she's being met by Iranians who are grateful, recognized her as American, are very grateful, and big smile on her face. And I thought, that's a lot to go through and still have a smile on your face. Can you imagine? I imagine the panic. I'm up in a plane and you just got hit by a missile. I got to bail out, and I'm going to, you don't know where you're landing. You don't know what's going to, wow. And she's just all smiles. Boy, that takes some gristle. I'll tell you, that's a tough person. Also, a couple of other stories that I wanted to share. Oh, I'll come around to this one at the end. The Iran nuclear talks didn't pass the smell test, says the vice president. So Iranian officials were claiming the enrichment was for civilian purposes. Yeah, none of us believe that. So J.D. Vance said last night negotiations with Iran collapsed when U.S. officials said their claims just didn't pass the smell test. And that is why the president then authorized Operation Epic Fury. So the vice president was on Jesse Waters' primetime last night, and he was talking about the American delegation. This is Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, and Marco Rubio. And they're visiting with Iranians, and they said, but the Iranians would come back to us and they'd say, well, having enrichment for civilian purposes, for energy purposes, it's a matter of national pride. And so we would say, okay, that's interesting, but why are you building your enrichment facilities 70 feet underground? Why are you enriching to a level that's way beyond civilian enrichment? Yeah, they were lying. We all knew they were lying. I think the Trump administration gave them every single chance to step away from this. And no, it was just more of the same. More of the same. So why the South Dakota Loves Trump hat? It's because I saw this story. 2 Smoothie King employees were fired for refusing to serve a customer in a Trump hoodie. The guy walked in. He's wearing a hoodie with President Trump's name on it. And the whole thing was filmed. It went viral. Now they're fired. This is a woman and her husband who were forced out of a Smoothie King franchise in Ann Arbor, Michigan, following a clash with 2 young female workers. The employees claimed they didn't feel comfortable serving the couple because he's wearing a pro-Trump sweatshirt. What is that? This is people are nuts. What? I'm stuttering, I know, because how do you respond to this? It's just stupidity on a level we've never seen before. So the couple, Jake and Erica, fired back, and the pair insisted they were being discriminated against based on their political views. Oh, she's tough. There's video of her, and she's out there. I'm not going to mess with this. I'm not going to mess with this couple. So what happened? The usual pointings going on. We were just wanting a smoothie, and you literally looked at us, and I asked you if everything was okay, and you said, we don't feel comfortable serving you because of my husband's hoodie. That is discrimination. The employee said, okay, well, have a great day. That is illegal, she says. And another employee says, I said Trump discriminates against us. Yeah, how? Trump is the least discriminating. It's just craziness. How do you, if you were combated, if you face that kind of craziness, now I wouldn't argue. I wouldn't. I would just turn and walk out, because not that I wouldn't complain. I would complain. Which apparently this couple did. And after this, or maybe they didn't, the video went viral. Erica threatened to call the police. It's unclear if she did. Separate video shared yesterday, one of the workers joked that she might have accidentally started a race war, called on the public to help remove Erica's video. I'm a minor. She recorded me without my permission. People in the comments are all white. They're all being hella racist, guys. Please help me get this video taken down. Oh, no. Smoothie King fired them both. So they're both out of work. Oh, it's just incredible. And then you see this happen everywhere. Remember back in December, there was a woman who worked at a Target in California, berated by a customer for wearing the customer was berating her for wearing a Charlie Kirk Freedom t-shirt. And the employee said the shirt was red. And Target, red is their color, so employees are allowed to wear red. She says, I'm allowed to wear this. So the irate customer accused her of supporting a racist. These people are nuts, man. I'm telling you, they are bat crap crazy nuts. You see that unfold. So I put on the South Dakota Loves Trump hat to honor that crowd. And also for the passerbys on YouTube, because I sometimes I can get a high number of views on YouTube. The passerbys, I just know this is going to grind them. I love it. Settle down, man. Just settle down. Just life is good. Life is good. Life is great. Just thank the Almighty. Just be happy. But no, people just got to wig out, freak out. I'm glad I'm not one of them this morning. All right, I am going to leave it there. That's you've made it to the end of the video, so you are part of my gallery of champions. I want to throw a special salute to the Bunker Brigade. Those are the folks on YouTube. Let's check the YouTube count. I want to see where I am at in terms of subscribers. If you have not subscribed yet, yeah, we're getting there. 593. So we're on our way to 600 subscribers, nearly there. So if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to the Greg Belfrage Show. I would appreciate it. Great to have you along. I want you to have a great day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, I'm underground and gone. Maybe.